wasn't Endgame. I feel like it needs to be everywhere now because
No, Endgame came to Fortnite. Fortnite didn't bring Endgame into the
what
thing.
nobody noticed
Actually, no.
about the importance of Noob Master 69 in Endgame.
Who's Noob Master 69?
The dude.
He's calling me a dickhead.
Oh, that was... I wonder if that really existed before that.
No, so I didn't watch it, but someone made a video about what Marvel fans forgot about Noob Master 69, and I was like, I'm not going to watch it. It's probably some fake doo-doo.
You know what he's talking about?
Yeah, when they
go to visit Thor.
Yeah, when they go to visit Thor, and the dude...
And Korg's playing Fortnite.
Yeah, and he's playing Fortnite.
And then his teammates talking smack.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, call me a ticket.
That's Taika Waititi.
Thor came over, and he was like, I will come to your house and rip your limbs off and shove them up your butt.
That's right.
Noob Master, it's me, Thor, God of Thunder.
You guys were paying attention.
Dude, I freaking love that movie.
That's a great movie.
It's insane.
We've watched it twice.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, I would watch it again.
It was a
What's
great
the money?
ending to
What's the money up to?
season
We'll get to
3 or
that.
You know
something.
what's killer?
Whatever it is.
Like 100, and we watched a video on this, me and Jack.
Yeah.
There's a video, and these guys are seeing the Endgame publicly. And
me and Dad saw it too.
Captain America goes, Avengers. And then when they say assemble, this whole
Oh, yeah,
thing
I
of
saw
people
that.
Yeah.
just leaping up and down, freaking out, happy.
Because it was teased in,
And
was
it-
it Age of Ultron or Civil War?
the first time.
What, the Avengers
No,
Assemble scene?
he went Avengers and then it cut.
Oh, yeah.
Which one was that?
I think that was Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was one of them.
I'll admit, the first time I was like, yeah, that
That's
needed
so
to
cool.
happen.
Well, let's get into the show.
Sorry.
Let's do it, let's do it.
All right,
Yeah, no
let's
worries.
do it.
All right, we'll do the usual, and then I'll intro you guys, okay?
Nice.
All right. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Nick, Jon, and Jamie Show. I'm John.
No Nick, and I'm Jamie.
That's correct. Poor Nick is feeling a little under the weather.
What's he got? Cold, flu?
I don't know. I think it might be
The
belly.
shits?
Yeah, I think it might be belly.
He's got the squirts?
He's got
Hershey squirts?
bacon strips in his underwear.
Probably needs some cool wipes.
Blasting bacon
Some
bits.
cool wits.
Yeah,
some cool wipes.
he's not wiping, he's dabbing.
So we do have. I wouldn't even call it the B team. They're definitely the A team in my book. My pride and joys, plural. My boys.
The twinkle in your eye.
The twinkle in my eye. My boys Jack and Noah. Say hello, boys.
I say hi first. Hi.
What's up, guys?
Fine.
Okay. So we'll get right into it. You guys know the format, even though there's a couple of curse words in our weekly. I'm sure you.
Oh yes, I've been hearing over the
language.
speaker when you're doing your thing, Jamie. I've heard the language before.
What? Me?
Oh yes, and you,
Nick? What about Nick?
Well, Nick always
you
Nick always
disrespecting
says,
the Fortnite culture.
Nick always says we
yeah.
talk about shit. We talk about anything in the intro every time.
That's right. We curse.
So
We curse, but we do call it out.
true.
You
You
know?
guys are definitely very
we put
moderate
we put
Yeah, I've been
when it
clean.
comes to cursing.
we put explicit.
You're on restrictions.
you're fairly
Jamie.
warm.
Yeah, I'm
Rated
restricted
M for
tonight.
mature.
I put the mufflers on. We're good.
We're going to try and do a PG-13 version since we have a 13 and 14, a newly minted 13-year-old.
Yes,
Noah,
yes,
happy
yes,
belated
yes.
birthday.
Thank you, sir.
How's it
Happy
feel being a
birthday.
teenager?
Honestly, no signs of puberty, thank God. I am being honest
No,
with you.
just wait. It'll hit
There
you
are
like
kids
a,
in school and not pointing fingers, not saying names. And
There's full-grown
trust
men.
me, I do not want to hit
It'll-
puberty anytime soon.
It's going to happen, buddy.
And I know, and I fear for that moment. I really do.
Trust me, it'll hit you like a hurricane. It will hit you like a full-on
want
truck.
I don't want to experience things to the point to where it's like,
No,
you know
you're
what?
gonna-
What
you're
about
gonna-
being taller?
You're gonna go through every suffering moment.
being
that I
taller.
did.
Oh my God, yes, I'm 5'1.5" and a proud man, and
Almost
being
man.
6 foot.
You're never gonna be taller than me.
Dude,
No,
doctor
it's-
said I will be 6 foot.
It won't happen. Doctors probably.
Everybody who's
high.
watching this, I will be taller. Mark my words.
No,
If they're watching it, that'd be something.
impossible.
I really would.
So, welcome to the show, boys. You guys know the format. You guys seen me come down to the not your mother's basement studio and you've heard some of the episodes for sure. So what do we get into first? The weekend box office.
Not gonna lie, I feel like.
What do you think? What do you think topped the box office, Noah?
Oh, Endgame.
Dude,
Bruh, are you kidding
Endgame,
me?
hands down.
Box
I
office.
will not lie even a little bit. I shed a tear when Captain America said what he said.
You digging
Wait,
it?
are we allowed to spoil?
Yeah,
Well,
we're-
we
we're
usually
good.
just make the announcement. Spoilers. We're gonna spoil some stuff if we do as we go through the this week's box office. Of course, Endgame topped the box office, and we are going to spoil some stuff because we meander into the conversation for sure.
And also, I feel like, and since we're allowed to spoil, when Captain America picked up Thor's hammer, oh my god.
Favorite part of the whole
It
movie.
was like that point where you're like, because in Age of Ultron, they all, you know how they're all sitting in the headquarters of Avengers with the tower, and they're sitting there and they're like, "Go ahead, Cap," and
yeah.
he tried to pick it up,
And Thor was
now-
like, is he going to do it? He's like, he looked like, oh my God, he might actually do it.
He might actually be worthy.
Yeah.
And then, and everybody was like, "Nah, not happening. Nobody's gonna pick it up."
Wait.
And then in Endgame, he just boom puts his hand out, snags the hammer.
So we've seen it twice. Oh, let's
Yeah.
just get to it. So of course, Avengers Endgame topped the box office. This is the third weekend in
What's
a
the
row.
money on it?
Money. So it just blew past Black Panther for
Is that the second in the box?
overall domestic growth,
Jeez,
domestic
in
sales.
Is
that
Black-
short of time.
And
yeah,
dude,
so-
Black Panther didn't even do that.
Black Panther did 700 million domestic. That was
but
throughout
short-
the whole time.
through the whole run. That's impressive, dude.
So he did 723 million domestic for a total of $2.489 billion.
All right, so what are we on track for? Like Avatar?
We're on track to take out Avatar.
Yeah, in a shorter amount of time too.
Way shorter.
Wait, what's second in the box office currently?
Second in the box office, a distant second, but still respectable, is a movie that we saw this weekend, which is Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
That's still in the second box office?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I honestly will admit, and I am not the biggest Pokemon fan. If there's anybody to point fingers at as far as being a quote unquote Pokemon nerd, it's definitely my brother Jack.
Let's go.
And I saw the movie, and I was like, "All right, I'm going to go into this. I'm going to watch this movie."
Real quick, I'm sorry to cut you off. Let's
Yeah,
just
go
go
for it.
through the box office real quick, and then we'll circle back with your review of
Yep.
the Pokemon movie. All right. So, well, you did mention Avengers Endgame, that scene around the table. Who was surprised when the Mjolnir came off the ground?
Oh, no.
Were you surprised, Jamie?
Oh yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised that they brought that. Like that's some comic book shit there.
Oh yeah, man, that's legit.
But if there's anybody who's worthy, 100% Cap, because you've got quote unquote meta humans who have these powers. Like you have Black Panther,
Iron
and
Man.
sure he can just kick butt, and he's good at doing it. And then you have Iron Man, who's got a BA suit that you can once again kick butt in.
Badass.
Hulk's
not really meta
But
because
Hulk
he actually
is
has powers.
genetically mutated, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And obviously that brings an advantage when it comes to battling. But Captain America, he started off as some scrawny little kid.
5'4",
Exactly,
II.
scrawny little kid, and he didn't have much to him. and
under
then-
100 pounds.
Yes, and then he got mutated with
He got this super soldier serum.
yeah, and then kind of like almost gained.
Like
He got
steroids.
jacked, son.
He
steroids.
did. He really did. And I think
Yeah,
I
he's going to
think-
break a home run record.
ever since that, he was
Using Mjolnir.
worthy of that serum because therefore he saved so many people. But also, Thor's hammer. Who would say? Oh yeah, Captain America's before even watching the movie. Yeah, he's gonna get the hammer.
Well, I mean, they do a lot of
Comic book homage.
totally.
That was
man.
totally from the comic book.
yeah.
Which the whole like, I don't like. I wish they picked Winter Soldier because it just would have made more sense.
Yeah, Bucky did take on.
Well, only because
Thor wasn't in Winter Soldier, right?
No, Jamie's talking about in the comic. They actually have Bucky. His character becomes Cap.
Yeah, I watched
when Cap dies.
which makes more sense because he's more of like a super soldier. He just doesn't fly around in some wings.
I feel like
That's why. That's the only bite.
Yeah,
Unless he gets shot up with something later on.
I feel like
Sam's a good.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a good Falcon,
Exactly.
but he's not super powered.
Exactly. So, like, what would make him Cap besides just holding a shield? Doesn't make any sense. Winter Soldier makes sense because the dude's.
I mean, I saw an interview. I read an interview with the Russo brothers where they talked about. And actually, it was Marcus and McFeely, the writers, where they talked about why they made that decision, and it was really because of how damaged the Winter Soldier was, how damaged Bucky was, and they were like, he's and he was all jammed up. He's hanging out in Wakanda. Meanwhile, Cap and Bucky are doing their thing, and they had a closer bond, and just because of that, they felt it made more sense for him to give it to Falcon.
Yeah,
I feel like 100% Bucky or the Winter Soldier should have gotten so much more Endgame like movie time.
Nah, I mean,
I feel like he did not get enough movie time. He got scenes in the battle scene, which was probably 30 seconds or less.
yeah, when he was shooting his gun.
And then he probably had that end scene. Which really... And then he had the scene when Iron Man died at his funeral, and they were all just sitting there, which I thought was really awesome.
Well, yeah, but considering
movie.
there are like over 30 heroes,
30 plus
in that movie, there was a very slim chance that a lot of them would not get much screen time.
Yeah.
But yeah, also since what's his name, Captain America picked up Mjolnir, doesn't that mean he technically could be the king of Asgard?
Well,
If there was an Asgard,
Well, new Asgard.
yeah, maybe. Well, he wouldn't want it, right? Now he's
But if he could,
well,
I think-
according to Odin, right?
you have to be a god, though. I think you have to be like a god. Like he's just worthy of
But-
the
like
weapon.
he's a thunder
Yeah.
god.
what's her
Yeah.
name? That's the new king.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. She's not a god, is she?
Which, we should actually talk about that. The future, where they like showed like the possibilities.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Let's just quick hustle through this, and then speaking of hustle, third in the box office is the movie The Hustle. Don't know anything about it, but it's third in the box office with $13 million. Pokemon Detective Pikachu did a respectable $54 million.
Yeah, that's a lot, though.
It's still got a lot of ground to make up because it's got a $150 million budget. And then The Intruder, that's the Dennis Quaid movie where he's a little nutsy. Was number 4 in the box office with $7 million. And then The Long Shot, that's we talked about that a little bit last week. That's the one with Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen.
Yeah, she was on Stern the other day
Dude,
with Seth Rogen.
Come on, man! I saw her on that Hot Wings, and I do love your mother very much,
Of course.
but
Dude,
my movie time crush is Charlize Theron.
Dude, she's like,
She's all that.
yeah, she is. She's just like perfect.
Jamie, you're trying so hard to be appropriate.
I know, dude. Like her and Margot Robbie, man. Those two are just like, it's hard to find a flaw.
Yeah.
It really is. You'd have to seriously search.
How about you guys? You guys got Hollywood crushes?
Oh, yeah.
I do not actually.
No?
I don't find famous people I don't find many famous people attractive. That's what I'm gonna say.
I actually
I
had to
gotcha.
dig for the actor of Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it's Margot Robbie.
That's Jamie's
Yes,
Hollywood crush.
yes.
I heard she actually hated her suit that she had to wear in Suicide Squad.
There wasn't much to it because I could see
Yeah,
where
dude.
she'd
But
be
that's
cold and
that's how
uncomfortable.
Harley Quinn was drawn. So
Right.
Yeah,
it wasn't like they just
quote
did that
unquote
to her.
bad girl, yeah.
yeah, they tarted
I
her
can
up
see what
for
you mean.
sure.
I
So-
actually,
Go
can I, really quick, I wanted to know, and I don't know if we're still on the whole Avengers Endgame
Sure,
kind
go
of
for it. We
topic,
just went through the
but
top 5.
3, and I want to go around, I want to see,
Ooh, can I just interrupt you
of course.
real quick?
Yep, go for it.
We talked about the Mjolnir being lifted up and how it was this awesome surprise.
So cool.
The first move, like Cap just charging and he's got Mjolnir flying on the side, and he does that jump, which the Russo brothers do the best fight scenes, and he just lights them up. Boom!
Well, it's comic booky.
Oh,
it was
the
like
lights?
it was like a 2-page spread.
Exactly,
It was exactly
Jamie.
like a 2-page
Yes.
spread.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was solid.
Yeah,
When he
I
was-
can see Jim Lee right.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
He was beating Thanos' ass with that thing. Like that was so cool.
Language.
Like,
No, I'm just
shush,
kidding.
you have no room to talk. When he threw the shield and then the hammer went boom.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
It was. What did the kids say? Was it the lit?
Lit.
Lit.
Yeah,
It was-
Jamie,
it was
I had-
extra.
It
It
was-
was
It
extra.
was extra.
It was savagery.
Yeah. Dude, Savage is annoying.
Absolutely.
That one's
Shit.
Savage is pretty annoying.
I'm a
Yeah.
savage.
I'm gonna say
cabbage.
extra's not bad, but Savage is pretty annoying, dude.
Dude, I do things like I'm in this dad mode now where the boys are teenagers, and I do my best to make them cringe.
Non-nutritious.
And you're so
We
good
can,
at
you
it.
can make those words actually sound like ridiculous as they are.
Dads are cringy. They're just good at it. Like, it's not something you can prevent.
Good.
I'm sure when your
Even though
kids grow up, it's gonna be.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yes,
I'll be like, dude,
gotcha.
are you triggered?
Even
Are you triggered right now?
even though I hate it, it's brilliant. That's why I'm trying to learn it for the future so I can annoy my kids.
So the best
It's
is if I
great.
drop a totally inappropriate placed like catchphrase
Yeah.
while I'm flossing at the same time.
You're bad flosser.
Kids love it.
Yeah, I do that.
I was gonna say, really quick.
Yes.
3 moments in Avengers Endgame that really got you choked up. That
Yeah.
hit you, quote unquote, hit you in the feels.
Easy. Major spoiler: Tony Stark's death. Easy.
Okay,
He's my
so that's
favorite character.
one. So, Jack, what else do you got?
Black Widow's death was pretty depressing as well, and
Tony and his dad.
Oh God, thank you.
No, that was a little bit more humorous than sad because they were just like joking around.
I didn't
with
find
each
it
other.
humorous.
I guess also the moment when Cap was just an old man, that was kind of sad too.
Yeah. It was kind of
wasn't
beautiful
it,
too.
Wasn't
Though.
it him?
Oh, they talked about that this week.
Who did?
The Russo brothers, or
Who's that?
whoever they were talking about.
Marcus and McFeely?
So if you go back to one of the movies, I think one of the Cap movies, where he finds out that she got married,
Yes.
it's actually him.
They confirmed that?
They confirmed it.
No shit.
Yeah, I just saw it. I was going to send it to you, but I was busy at work today.
That is
They-
friggin' meta
It was on
and
that
awesome.
You know that comic book one that's on Facebook?
Yeah, comicbook.com.
Yeah, it was on that.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So they confirmed that when he saw Peggy Carter in not Civil War.
One of
in-
those.
It was damn it. It was
She was married.
Winter Soldier. He said, "Yeah, I got married and had kids."
He didn't know who it was.
He didn't know it was him.
but it was him.
Oh, that's so cool.
Who played old Cap?
And-
Who played old Cap?
And I
That was
think
him.
that's why.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah.
and
He
I
played. Did he just wear a bunch of makeup and stuff?
Bunch of makeup and then they CG'd on top.
Okay.
we got to look back because if you notice too, I was thinking about it. She never really like talked about her husband,
True.
and it could have been for that reason.
Yeah.
I
Because Cat
personally-
probably obviously was like, if you see me, don't tell me. I can't
yeah.
know.
I thought
Oh man, that's trippy.
when what's his name was flying out when all the Avengers and dude Killer when Sam was like on your right or on your left, sorry.
Yeah, keep
and like
kidding me.
if you're a real Avengers fan and Marvel, you'll get that reference.
Yeah.
Because when they were running around the track, it was him and Captain America, and Sam would always was faster than him.
Well, Cap was
Cap
was
faster.
fast.
Cap was faster, but Sam was like on your left because he was cruising by him.
Cap was saying on your left.
Was that Cap?
Cap said on your left. It was the first line that was written, that was uttered in that movie, because it's in the morning and Sam's running and they're running around DC and you see Cap go by him and he goes on your left, and then he does it 2 or 3 more times, and then the last time he's like, "Don't you say it!" And at the end he's like, "You just ran like 13 miles in 30 minutes or something ridiculous like that." And that's how they kick off the movie. I just started watching that movie again. That's how come it's so fresh in my mind.
That was
now.
killer though, because like everybody like, and if you went to the movie when like it released
That makes me want to see it all
early-
over again.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, when it released earlier, you'd see, and maybe you didn't, but it happened to us, Dad, and Jack, when we went into the movie, and there was like those scenes where if you were a true Avengers fan, you'd be like, yeah, I understand that, and you'd laugh. But like there would be occasions with me,
Proof that Tony
and
Stark has a heart.
the movies do not get me choked up. But this movie, I am not lying, and it's a superhero movie. It's action, but they incorporated that part where it's like, yeah, you've been seeing this guy for quite a few years now. He's dead. He's gone.
Well,
Yeah.
And then it's like once, like, everybody came out to support Captain America and Thor and Iron Man when they're fighting Thanos, and when they thought, oh, great, everything's over. He's got his whole army. We're done. And then when everybody came out of the portals, it was like, yes, like, this is perfect. Like, this is how I wanted this to work out. Like, now they're going to kick some ass,
Giant
and they're
war.
going to do something.
Language.
They're going to make it, they're going to
giant
make a
war.
change. They're going to do, essentially, they're just going to,
Yeah.
and then Captain Marvel, I feel like,
bad actress.
Well, it was
Yeah.
they definitely sidelined her in the movie. Let's not go too far into it. I mean, real quick, let's do one thing. Out of Avengers Endgame, you could be anyone in that MCU universe. Who would you be? Knowing that what was playing out was going to happen to you.
Spider-Man's friend. What's his name?
I know who you're talking about. His name escapes me right now.
I'm kidding. I don't know. No, you go first.
dude, 100% freaking Black Panther. He's just so kick butt.
Yeah. He's royal.
What's
and
his
he's,
name? Oh my
T'Challa.
god.
Yeah.
No.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
Chadwick
He sounds
Boseman.
he sounds so
his
cool.
his
like
accent
Yeah.
and
so
his like
cool.
his tone. I'm just like yeah.
Yeah.
And then like his like everything about him is just cool. Like he doesn't have to fly. He doesn't have to do anything. He's just kick butt. Like he
Yeah.
does his thing.
He's a king. He's a genius.
And
he's
his
an athlete.
vibranium
he's
suit
the,
when he like entered into the army and it just like blew them all back.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, that's killer.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So Black Panther to you, Jamie.
Of course.
Spider-Man, dude.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Come on.
Spider-Man. He is Captain Marvel. He
Yeah.
is Marvel.
he's gonna be the new face of Avengers if Tony Stark.
Well, he's the new
doesn't come
face.
back.
He's always been the face of Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah.
of the cinematic, because Tony Stark for a while, I'm pretty sure was the face of the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
but I think I'm pretty glad that Captain Marvel is becoming, because I'm pretty sure she isn't. But if anyone's gonna do it, I believe it's gonna be Spider-Man.
I thought
So
Captain Marvel.
I feel like he's a good replacement.
I feel like Captain
Yeah.
Marvel was very cocky in that movie. Like she was like, "I'm gonna go defeat Thanos. I'm just so perfect
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It
go
was like,
kill him."
I don't think they gave her enough time. I think they
to
jammed.
really express how she
Well,
felt.
I think they jammed in that movie, and it was a decent movie, but I think they jammed it in and didn't
Yeah,
give.
they pried it.
Yeah, they didn't give enough time for her to mature as a character.
Well, plus the other characters, especially after like Captain Marvel, her previous dealings, they would have known about her
Yeah.
like throughout the galaxy. That's the only thing that didn't make sense.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hiccup, but hey, minor gripe.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'd definitely be Thor. I mean, come on, you get to act a little bit like a Viking. You know, you don't have to kind of play by all
Well,
the
who doesn't want
rules.
to be the Big Lebowski? I mean,
Right? Come on,
yeah, but
man.
then he want to turn like a chubby dude.
Well, you can
with a
always trim up.
tied up. But he didn't trim up.
Not, but he could do it. How does he work out? You know, if you're super strong, you can't just go to a bench and be like, "Hey, put a couple of plates
well,
on
kind
there."
of like the Incredibles. He
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
He just lifts up a train.
Maybe he has to drink less than 2 kegs a day.
something like that.
Yeah, that or Captain Marvel would be pretty cool. Just being able to fly around space.
I
He's
do-
got
when
the
she
power
just-
of a stone too.
when she
Yeah.
just like
Essentially.
wrecked Thanos' ship, it was just like, pfft, like don't try.
Yeah,
Probably one of the
I might
strongest in
do.
the universe.
Like,
Yeah, I might do Captain Marvel, even though she wasn't written real well, powers wise and abilities and all that.
I just have a love for Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's awesome.
It's either
Spider-Man's
that or like
super-
Wolverine. Wolverine isn't in there, so
Yeah,
Spider-Man's really cool. Whoa. There it is.
there it is. It's coming. You heard it here first.
There you go,
The
guys.
first voice crack.
Spider-Man, I think, is cool because it's something me and Jack can obviously relate
totally.
to. Because
Spider-Man
it's a
Shattered
teenager.
Dimensions.
And then he joins the Avengers, and he just fought Thanos in a huge army.
Dude,
It's-
Truth.
And, dude, when they incorporated the whole insta-kill thing, I was like,
Insta-kill.
activate insta-kill mode or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And that was just perfect because
His eyes
if
turned
you
red.
if you saw Spider-Man Homecoming,
No, don't turn on Instakill. No, not Instakill.
yeah,
Wait, did they have in the video game in Shattered Dimensions? You guys played
that
it.
was
Did they
was
have
the bomb.
Iron Spider?
They had Spider-Man, they had Black Suit, they had 2099, and they had No War.
They
Is
had
that-
2099,
Noir, yeah.
dude.
They did.
that game
Dude, that
was
game was
the
legit
bomb.
for the timing and everything.
So cool.
That's pretty old now.
It was, yeah, but it's legit. Like, I wish we had it. I'd play it again right now.
Spider-Man's awesome.
So
Yeah,
cool.
Spider-Man is legit.
and they had that one dude who was like sneaky in the dark.
Oh yeah, No War.
Spider-Man
and,
Noir.
Noir, yeah. And for who I'd be in Endgame, I'd be Tony Stark because he's rich and he's smart, and you have like 50,000 suits,
And he gets all the chickies.
and he gets all the chickies.
Would not want to date. I would not want to date.
So we got Spider-Man. Well, we'll get our Spider-Man fix in about a month or so in July. That's coming out. So Pokemon Detective Pikachu, starring Ryan Reynolds, did, like I said, it did 54 million in the box office, but worldwide it did 166, so it's fine. Not that I was worried, or I don't think the executives were worried either. Ryan Reynolds obviously carried this movie. We saw this movie this weekend.
Yep.
Me and the boys. Jamie, you didn't catch it, did you?
No.
No. If
Definitely.
anything, you're going for another round of Endgame.
Yeah, I was going to. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got? One viewing down?
Yeah, I'll see it this weekend.
Yeah, that'll be number 2. Come on,
I
man. You
think-
got to get that. Your
the
extra
second dose.
40, 50 bucks is going to send it over the top.
That's what I'm doing.
107.
Just for that.
Yeah. $2.78
I
million
feel like
dollars, billion dollars.
Pokemon Detective Pikachu, in my opinion, was kind of, and we were talking about this before the show started.
Mm-hmm.
Then-
it was kind of cliche, and it was kind of,
I-
and you have to be like a real Pokemon fan to really know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, real quick, sorry to interrupt you, Jack. So real quick, Jack and Noah, we've probably we definitely went through our Pokemon phase in our household.
Oh yeah, we've
Right.
definitely had
Two
over,
full
had over
binders at
200
least.
cards.
no,
Yeah.
No,
200
2,000 cards.
No,
Not
like
2,000.
No, I'm dead serious.
No, with all
We're
those
fine.
big boxes that we picked, I wouldn't be surprised if it was over 2,000.
You think?
dead
yeah,
serious.
dude. We're getting there,
my
and then
God.
Oh, we got even more at the movie.
Yeah.
It's a racket.
Yeah. Hook, line, and sinker.
Remember Pogs, dude? How
God.
stupid was that?
Yeah. All right. So let me get past this because I'm reflecting on what each pack cost, and it's making my heart and my wallet hurt right now. So as far as you guys went through your Pokemon phase,
Yep.
went deep, and Jack, you're still kind of checking out books and stuff like that. What was that last book you got that had the anatomy of each one of the Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Oh, Pokeanatomy?
It's like a
Pokemon.
big volume.
Pokeatomy or something.
Yeah, it's like a big volume
It's
that
fan
breaks them
made,
down.
but it's super good. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Pokemon company made a legit book like this, and it was exactly like that.
Yep.
It was super good. Like, if he's probably not watching this, but shout out to the creator of Pokeatomy. I forget his name, but it was so good. It was really good.
Yeah, so you guys got games. You guys had you guys had the VR on your phones.
We had VR. Oh, Pokemon Go.
I'm sorry, augmented reality.
Yeah,
Pokemon Go.
dude. I hadn't played that game in like a year.
But my point is
I
that you
fell
guys
behind. I
went
just gave
through
up.
the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And so, but then this movie comes out. It felt like it came out a little late compared to the big trend.
Maybe like before Endgame, it should have came out.
Yeah, it seemed like
yeah.
when Pokemon Go came out, there was a lot of activity. Maybe it's just because you guys were collecting cards.
Yeah.
Where did you land as far as like when you heard that the movie was coming out? You heard that Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool himself, was going to be the main character, the lead. But he was going to be Pikachu.
Yep.
Were you excited about it when you first heard about it?
Well, I mean, I love Ryan Reynolds. He's flipping amazing. It's hilarious that he plays this little electric mouse, and at the same time he plays a murderous Spider-Man wannabe Marvel dude. It would have been interesting if what's his name? who was supposed to play Pikachu in the movie besides Ryan?
There's supposed to be another actor that played Pikachu.
Who was it? He has no hair. He was like balding.
Don't worry about it.
I forget his name. Someone else was supposed to play him, or people. Someone else people wanted the other person to play him, but Ryan Reynolds was fine. Especially since Ryan Reynolds did play him in the video game, which came out before the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah, the animation in the movie was like spot on. Like it was really good. They spent all the money. Yeah,
yeah.
The only minor gripe that I had was like they didn't really diversify the Pokemon that they showed. They kind of showed the same ones.
Gotcha.
Without like most of them, but that's kind of fine since again it's like animation.
Was there a Pokemon you wanted to see?
No, I didn't really care about like which ones I saw. I just cared about like how good it was. And as for like the story, I know some parts were a little bit cliche, but again, it's a PG movie, and
it's something little kids.
Exactly. It's something that little kids are supposed to watch. But
so you thought maybe you guys outgrew the whole Pokemon thing, according to the movie and its tone.
I think if we were like 5 years younger, then we probably would have really liked it since PG.
I felt the same way.
Or
what did you think?
Step it up into our kind of quote unquote generation. You could say, like,
hear him? He's listening to the show, quote unquote.
Legit.
To add in like maybe more some adult humor, so that we could kind of be like, I catch on to that, and kind of like, and then, once again, Pokemon is meant for kids 8 to 10, not even, and it's totally respectable for them to do something with the movie like how they did. Cliche, jump off a 100-foot mountain and you'll survive, you know what I mean?
That part really rubbed you the wrong way.
God, it's killing me.
Dude, there was a part in the movie, and spoilers, there's a part in the movie where there's these, I don't know. Torterras, all right?
Torterra.
I know nothing about Pokemon.
So, picture a turtle with like a whole mountain range on
its back.
Yeah.
A continent. That's whole
on
thing.
His back.
That was so cool.
And so, when they're escaping this lab, the Torterras get big. I mean, they wake up.
Surface.
So there's a shifting ground, and dude, they did like spared no expense when it came to the special effect. But there's this one scene where the main character jumps from the human, not the Pokemon, jumps from one cliff to the next. It's basically the shells separating between two of these Torterras, and he falls. Looks like 200 feet. And all he does is catch himself on the ledge.
Wow.
Danny DeVito. That's who they thought.
Danny DeVito was going to play Pikachu?
That's who they thought was going to play him.
Well, he's funny.
He's
a good dude. He's funny.
Yeah, he's legit.
Honestly, if he came out as the dad, you know, when the dude
Would have been
I thought they were going to do it for a second. Then I saw Ryan. I was like, oh,
stubby
okay.
man, just
Yeah. So, what'd you think? A, B, C, thumbs up, thumbs down?
I'll give it a B minus.
B minus?
I'll give it a. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't like my favorite, so I'll give it a B. A B sounds good.
Yeah, like I said, I thought they spent a lot of money on the effects. The effects were really awesome.
Yeah.
From what you guys had told me, the representation of the Pokemon that they did show was really accurate and true to the characters.
Totally.
Or true to the species or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then, but I think overall the story, like you said, Jack, and now the story was a little
cliche.
little cliche, but little formulaic for like an 8 to 10-year-old.
Yeah.
The thing that they could have got more sophisticated on the story. You're perfect. You're proof positive, Jamie. You're taking the kids. What's Reese 7? Mm-hmm. 7 all the way down to Colin, who's what, 3?
He's not going.
He's not going.
Hell no.
But anyway, my point is you got younger kids that go to the Marvel movies and they really enjoy them, and they're not dumbed down. Like they're pretty sophisticated storytelling. So they probably could have upgraded the story and the writing on Pokemon, is what I'm hearing.
But they could, thinking about it, they could try, because Pokemon, it's not like as it once was as far as popularity is concerned.
True.
That could be why they released that movie and try to suck in that generation, like suck in like the current.
Oh, the current young kids.
You know what I mean? Because I don't hear it as much as I used to. Like back in the day, I mean, that's all you would hear. And now
Yeah.
You don't really hear about it that much. That's what I'm saying. So that could be why they released it now.
Yeah.
It could be another.
No, that's a good point.
I do not think Pokemon is dying. Like the new generation, Generation 8 is coming out this December. Like millions of people are super hyped for it, especially since it's coming to the Switch and the graphics look amazing. And I have seen lots of popular PokeTubers, as they're called, who just geek out.
PokeTubers.
Yeah. Who just geek out about it. And it's I don't think it's dead. I
don't think it's dead either. I just think like Fortnite like trumped it. Current I'm just saying like current times. I think Fortnite is like it's like king right now. It just is. I mean, I don't like it.
Endgame.
There was a point in Fortnite's career though when everybody it significantly dropped as far as users.
Yeah,
and it was like there's seasons and it's up to season 9, which I just bought. I recommend that you do get it if you're watching.
I do have it if you have it.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're talking about the
viewers.
the multitude of listeners that we have.
Yes.
Sorry.
So I think that they're at a point in season 7 to 8 when season 8 was about to come out, and you could tell that they were like hanging on by a little bit because Apex Legends had actually came out.
Oh yeah,
which is almost like, if you know, like a Destiny combined with a Fortnite.
Yep.
And that just like blew up for a good month.
They're afraid of it. I can tell.
Yeah, and it was something that like everybody was like, oh yeah, have you been playing Apex? I've been playing it so-and-so.
It's still the same style, gameplay and all that?
Yep, and you could
FPS.
tell Fortnite pooped themselves. Like, it was bad. Like, they started releasing free battle passes for the next season.
Oh, no kidding.
And they were like, yeah,
Adding new
here's
stuff.
this, here's that. Daily challenges. They're like to
They
really...
doubled down.
And respectfully so, to get people back into the game. And ever since they did that, it was like, oh, Season 8, let's keep playing. And then into Season 9, it was kind of like, all right, let's keep playing this. This seems like they've really kind of picked up what they're...
So the gameplay is still the same. It's just the features and environments and battle passes and things like that. It
really is, but there's also, as far as features, they've removed a lot of guns or vaulted them, which caused actually a lot of anger throughout the user, like as far as the users go. And
that's where I dip off.
Don't jerk me around.
No, it's like that's the reason I want to play. I don't want to I know the point is to build stuff. But I want to shoot people, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm online right now. I want to shoot people. Straight up.
Yeah, you've had to sort of hang up your spurs though, right?
It's so annoying because it was like,
but Red Dead,
well, Halo, Call of Duty, like all those.
Yeah,
like, that's the whole. And now it's the Division 2, which is pretty
I don't
good.
even know anything about this.
Nah, it's like it's
just
pretty
shoot 'em
cool.
up.
It's shoot 'em up, but it's like strategic kind of.
Oh, no kidding.
they actually, in Fortnite, they removed the pump shotgun, which has been around since season 1.
Like why they
The
do
red
that?
one?
Yeah, why would you remove something?
Just like
why'd they do that?
And everybody was just like,
Yeah, why'd they do
come
that?
on, man. Like, and they replaced it with a combat shotgun, which is like semi-auto, wimpy little thing.
So answer Jamie's question. Why did they do it? Why do you think?
To balance it out, probably.
You're exactly right.
Well, for newcomers?
Yeah, so this, yeah.
That was like a cheater gun.
So almost kind of,
It was kind
but
of
there was
broken.
like people, kind of
People were
broken.
abusing it.
Not abusing it, but it was more of a,
Insta-win.
I hit him for a headshot for 20 damage. Headshots are supposed to do 140. Like, even, it's been proved. Like, there's been streamers who have standed at a certain distance.
Sorry, I'm your dad. I'm going to correct your
Stood at a
grammar.
certain distance, headshotted a dude for, let's say, 130, and then shot him again from the exact same distance and hit him for 35.
Why would that happen?
I did.
Exactly.
You know what?
That's
I watched.
the thing.
It might be RNG.
I watched my nephew do that.
So they throttle back to the
Exactly. They were just like, this obviously isn't working out.
That's why I don't like that game. That's exactly why. That's one of the
Yeah.
reasons. Besides the building part,
Adds a lot more
I actually
strategy.
watched my nephew play it, and I was like, You just shot that dude in the head, and he's like still running around.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
The game mechanics should be the same all the way around.
It's I can see where you guys are coming from because, Jamie, I know you come from like a Call of Duty background.
Yeah, that's legit killing.
Yeah, and I know what you mean. And it's more of a, one shot, you're dead. It's real life.
Yeah.
And then when you jump into like Fortnite universe
and stuff, like
you can drink shields and apply more health.
Drink shields for a magical potion.
It's definitely, and I think that's what causes people to really enjoy the game. Besides the in-game store, that's killer, which is pretty much.
Well, I mean, the
probably
game's free.
3/4 of their ad revenue, which obviously is genius.
Yeah, they're doing something right for sure. I mean, they're definitely making money. So, Jack, you were saying the Pokemon game's coming out next year?
The end of this year, I think December.
And people are stoked about it.
Oh, yeah, totes. Yeah.
So you think, I mean, obviously people are going out to watch this movie because it's doing the numbers, 166 million. I think go ahead, Jimmy.
No, I'm just saying quick on the video game thing. Like I've been like reading up on like a lot of the new stuff.
Yeah.
And it seems like the only console that's going to survive this war is going to be Nintendo. I think the other ones are gone, dude. Like especially after reading about
Xbox
PlayStation.
One is definitely hanging on by a thread.
I'm just reading about even the new PlayStation and the new Xbox coming out. Mm-hmm. They're not going to survive the wave. I'm telling you right now, the only one that's going to survive is Nintendo.
What about Apple Arcade?
That's funny.
No.
Well, if they throw Oprah in it, it might be,
Oprah's going to be someone you can buy. Someone you can buy on Fortnite.
No,
he's just going to drop new cars on people.
Yeah, Elton John's going to come in, sing the intro. Yeah, you'll be on it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with Jamie. I feel like if any console, I mean, maybe the PS5, since I know there's like almost as many, if not more, and PS4 fans than Nintendo
well, even
fans.
the PS5 that's coming out, reading about that. You're right.
Yeah, because like Nintendo, it has arguably like the most iconic mascots. You got Mario, you got Link, all those guys. And
is Super Smash Bros. Exclusive to Nintendo?
Yes, it
is.
Boy.
Well,
it has always
I'm
been.
just saying, gameplay is just straight up better. Like the games are better; they just are. The only thing that's good on those now, like Red Dead was good, but you can get
Red Dead's on Switch, I think.
Yeah, and you can get it. Like,
really?
You can get it universally.
Mortal Kombat 11's on Switch.
I disagree with you guys. I think
take Fortnite out of the picture. Do you?
Fortnite's on Switch too.
It is.
It is on
basically
Switch.
any game you can think of is on Switch,
and that's why it's going to die.
I just want to say though,
Skyrim's
sorry, go
on
ahead,
Switch.
No, it's all right. I'm just saying it's going to die only for the reason that it's been like this for years, where the consoles or the computers were stronger.
PC.
That's just it just was. That's been like that for years.
Yeah.
But the only reason consoles survived is the content, and the content has been lacking. So the only thing that's taken over with the consoles is like a Fortnite, whatever online.
And that's what I was gonna say is like it's like almost nobody's gonna release a game because they know people are still gonna play Fortnite. There's no use in doing it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like the only they'll come out with like a few good games. They'll come out with like a Red Dead or like a Grand Theft Auto or something like that, and that's it. But if you can get on the computer, why buy a console that's like obsolete in like a couple years?
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Sorry, Jack, you've been waiting. Go ahead.
But that's the thing. Nintendo is exclusively Nintendo.
Yeah, you can bring it with you.
Yeah,
like they make
Switch
it
mechanics.
Yeah, they make it so like easy to carry around, travel with.
It's a home console.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like the other stuff, it doesn't make sense because the computers, you can build them up for a while. And I was always a console guy. And
me too.
It breaks my heart. It's because their content lacked.
Hey, man, better is better.
They didn't diversify. They did not step their game up, and now they're going to lose. They're going to lose hard.
The other thing,
I feel like Xbox is going to do something though.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. They're all really, really compelling points.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think you're right. As far as the horsepower, they've always been 10 years behind on as far as the horsepower is concerned.
Easy.
And the thing about the AAA titles is they're really expensive to make. They bankrupt companies sometimes.
Yeah.
You'll get You get somebody that'll be 8 years in the making, like a Red Dead.
Red Dead was 10, right? Wasn't it? 10 or 12?
Something like that. And they got to pay. It's like making a movie.
Yeah.
And then if they don't make bank and cash out in a big bad way, they fold.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Nintendo Switch was like, and Jamie, I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, it was genius. It was something that
blew the Wii U out of the water.
Well, they needed something.
It really did. And that's what I'm saying. They needed something. What happens when something new comes out? And I know something new is probably going to be lasting for so long, but it's like, what happens when Nintendo Switch dies? What are they going to result to?
Well, my argument to that is like Wii U sucked, but when Wii came out, it was like the bomb, dude.
Yeah.
When that thing came out, it was like Nintendo Nintendo seems to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like they always seem like, and if they have a little blip like the Wii U, they'll be like, all right, let's come up with something else, fellas.
Yeah, but
Switch it is.
You're absolutely right. Because the Wii, when the Wii came out, everybody was all about horsepower. They're like, we're not going to play that game. We're not going to get in the ring with you guys. You guys are heavy hitters. What we're going to do is we're going to design something unique. Yeah. And that's when they got into those unique game mechanics. The other thing is, too, is that you got, and I think it's 5 years away, but all the VR. Yeah. I think VR is going to be a game.
But then there's your computers. And then the other thing, though, like I'm saying, though, is consoles had a niche. Now they don't. They don't. No. It's gone. It's completely gone. Like, you can tell with the Xbox, their thing is like, hey, you have this Xbox, but here's like the same Xbox. We're just going to beef it up for you and charge you another couple $100.
And put an extra letter in front of it.
PlayStation did the same thing.
They make it thinner.
And before that, PlayStation's call was you got free online.
Yeah.
Then they started paying for online. So then they had to step their game up, which they did, and it beat out the Xbox. It did.
I disagree.
PlayStation did beat out the Xbox. If you look that up,
numbers.
Like current number-wise, it beat it out.
It didn't when Halo was first out.
Xbox was...
Xbox dominated when Halo came out.
I feel like, though, as far as PlayStation and Xbox players, I think PS4 players, there's more users because it's almost that, man, this is really good. I've been with this for quite a while. I don't know if I want to switch to Xbox One. Exactly. And it's like, and I feel like Xbox One, like the S and the X, you could tell the dudes there were like,
let's just make a better one.
Let's just make it a little thinner.
And give it an extra letter.
Let's just make it a little thinner. And let's give them some 4K, and we'll be done with it. And then next thing I think is that they're going to realize Nintendo Switch is doing something, and we're sliding down the, you know what I mean? We're sliding down the stairs.
Yep.
They can't chase Nintendo. They can't chase them. If Xbox or PlayStation tries to chase Nintendo,
their hooks are sunk in.
I feel like
Xbox has lately been smarter. It has been collaborating with, like, they've been doing things like, let's give crossplay for Minecraft or Fortnite or anything. They're smart. PS4 has done basically nothing with Nintendo.
So when you say crossplay, what do you mean?
Like, you could play like Minecraft or Fortnite with a person on Xbox.
Co-op.
And that's their only way they're going to survive, and that's their next dig. And that's their next dig is PlayStation and Xbox, a new generation, are supposed to be co-op like that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, man.
It's so much fun.
It's be diverse or die, and that's their only
Nintendo
dig.
is.
That's the only way that they're going to like hang on for a little bit. I think after that, dude, it's curtains.
Yeah, because Nintendo, what it does, it's like, hey, you can't play a Mario game on these other consoles. You can't play a Zelda game on these other consoles. You can't play a Pokemon. You can't play whatever game.
You can play it on an app.
You can. No, well, I think there's a couple Nintendo apps.
But you can't play like Odyssey on an app. Like where you can play like Fortnite on an app. You can only get it
on this specific Nintendo thing.
Fortnite
nowhere else. You want to play this game? Get the Switch. Get the 3DS. I don't care. Get it.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Is like, what if Xbox releases like whole new different software? Like, what if it's not a console?
Dude,
what if it's a PC? What if Xbox starts releasing PCs? I bet you there's more PC players than there is Nintendo Switch.
I think PC is overall the most PC.
Well, I think
like in terms of like whole video games as a whole, I think PC.
Well, I
is
think
really up.
So we built your rig, right, Jack? And you know, me and you and Uncle Patrick, we designed a serious piece of hardware, right? It's going to last you for a good bit, and it's got a lot of muscle. I mean, it's beefy. I think, but it's also comes at a premium, right? So for $2,000, you can get a rig that's got a lot of horsepower, but for $350, $400, $500, people have opportunity to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation.
True.
So those economics are going to come into play, and that's why they really don't dump all that muscle into these consoles.
That's what I'm saying.
It's expensive.
Though, is that if you have a PC, God forbid that thing, you leave it on for a couple nights, something's going to burn out, and you're going to be technically, I'm sorry to say this, but you're screwed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but for a console, we've had the Xbox One and still have it
still have
for going on. Yeah, 5 years.
Broken,
yeah,
and it's still like I use it all the time, probably more than I should, and I love it. It provides me with everything I need. And I'm sure maybe I'm a little on the Fortnite addict side, but I
but
love it.
But to be fair, it's different. Sign of the times, Jamie. It's like that's
Fortnite's going to kill the console.
But
games like that.
But it's one of those things where it's social. It's you're online. You're playing with your boys.
Yes,
and that's how you connect. With your buddy that lives 10 miles away.
It was real smart. It was more marketing than anything. I mean, think about it. They just did it like, hey, you can do these dances, these.
Oh yeah,
the skins.
Yeah,
dude, come on, man.
And that was good sell. Like good on you.
Back in the day when you go and stomp somebody in Madden and you stand up, you drop your controller and be like, "Come get it, son!" You know, like
start
that trash talking couch co-op stuff. That was amazing.
Yeah, I mean the original, the OG was a teabag in Halo. That was the OG, dude.
All right, now I think I have a title for our show.
I feel like
and
the thing is though, I feel like when Fortnite was released, I'm not kidding. That game literally gave me friendships.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
No, I know.
How old's that game too? It's like ridiculous.
I think a year and a half.
Years,
yeah, but I thought like the original Fortnite was like in the making, like.
Oh, that's
early.
Yeah, I saw like early versions of how Fortnite
There's
like
a Save the World, and it was like, dude, when I am talking about a crappy game for 2016, that was it.
I think what put me off from Fortnite, like
2017,
from what put me off.
That's
from
when Battle Royale was released.
It says Fortnite, according to.
Like the original Fortnite.
You know what? I might be wrong on that.
I think what put me off from Fortnite, from becoming a Fortnite
Nick will
geek,
shine you up next
as
week.
Noah said, was I think kind of like the same reason why Jamie doesn't really like it, because I just want to shoot people. I don't
exactly.
I don't go like, oh, I'm going to build this.
Yeah, if I want to build a fort, go the hell outside.
Yeah, I
build
think.
A fort.
I
Put some cushions up on your couch
at night.
Yeah,
I'm not really FPS.
Dad joke one.
I love this because I'm addicted to this game, and I haven't really met people who don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not,
and like seeing your guys' point of views on why this game is bad is actually giving me a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I'm not that much of an FPS or TPS fan in general. I think the only one I'm really into is Team Fortress 2. That one's pretty good, but
that's all. You're all about the Steam, man.
Yeah, I'm all about the Steam. Because that game, you're just gonna shoot people. Sure, you might play like a capture the flag game or a push.
Yeah, I like those games too. Capture the flag.
But, I don't want to. I feel like Fortnite's a little bit too complicated. Right? Yeah, too many buttons.
It's like ridiculous. Like the stuff. But and the other thing too is with Call of Duty and stuff. It was like legit weapons, and then they were like real weapons. Like it made sense. Mm-hmm. And even like when you did like the ridiculous weapons in like Gears of War, it was still awesome.
Oh, dude, Gears
of War was awesome. Yeah, like a chainsaw on the end of a gun, dude. Like whoever came up with that, like
that is awesome.
You're awesome, sir. It's like my hat's off.
Having speed metal.
Yeah, I'd much rather have a gun with a saw on it than a skin or a dance. Like any day of the week, I will take that gun with a saw on it.
And that's what catches the kids. Is there's kids who are like, so a gun with a saw, and then they're like, that's a killer skin. And I know skins will not help you whatsoever in that game.
No.
And I feel like, oh my god, if they had skins that gave you enhancements in the game, they would success so much more.
That would break them. That would,
and that's what I mean. Is like everybody would be buying
power ups with skins.
Dude, you guys should be on their board of directors. It sounds like they need a come up. Dude.
It's like, they have so and so. I'm going to get that so that I can.
Hopefully they're listening. Maybe they'll come up.
That would be perfect for them.
So. All right, so Fortnite has definitely still got its hooks in you, Noah. Jack, you're shifted over from you're still a lot of Steam games, but your jam is still FNAF. But what's going on? Tell everybody what's coming up in your world. And this got me thinking about the next phase in gaming.
All right, what you're talking about with VR.
Yeah.
So, for you non-FNAF fans out there, and for you all FNAF fans out there, as most of you know, FNAF VR Help Wanted is coming next Tuesday. And we have off that day because of teacher in service.
Do you really?
Do you really?
Yeah. It's so
that's legit.
That's crazy. So
time to clean the gutters, man.
Speaking of which, Noah,
they didn't hear me.
for PS,
you terrible man.
For PS4 and Xbox, that's the first Five Nights game that's coming to console.
So
the PSVR.
Not even
that'll probably boost it up, but I feel like it hasn't. I think this has been like the shortest. Wait, actually, maybe not, but like it's been anticipated a lot, like a VR game and stuff. But like when we saw the trailer, because the whole gimmick of FNAF is like you're looking at cameras and you're just seeing these animatronics.
That's Five Nights at Freddy's.
That mostly just stare at you.
Yeah, could Reese play that?
No,
it's not bad.
Especially not in VR.
She was asking me about playing it.
Five Nights a Week at your house.
No, because I knew Jack played it, and I was like, I have to ask Jack because I have never played it. So.
Dude, the game mechanics on this game is so ridiculously simple.
I'm a 13-year-old, and it still makes me scared.
No, it doesn't.
I'm dead serious.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
you'll be sitting there, and you'll just see some weird beastly robot thing jump out at you, and it's like.
That's my that's my parenting skills.
What the hell is that
13 or 14-year-old. Hey man, is that game good, dude?
Yeah. Speaking of that, speaking of getting scared, I haven't really seen it like a character in FNAF that's been haunting me and giving me nightmares, or having a game.
They used to, though.
Yeah, it used to. When I was 9 years old, that stuff scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, he never.
Another great job in parenting on my part.
If any game,
like I said, I just asked him.
If any,
go research myself. Yeah.
Hey, 13-year-old, how should I raise my kid?
Hey, Mr. 13-year-old,
do you want me to play this game?
14-year-old, excuse me, Jack.
Like
should my 7-year-old play this?
But if any FNAF game that is going to scare the bejesus out of me is one which in VR. Speaking of which, the whole mechanic again is just them staring at cameras. Now they're actually moving, full articulated, like.
Have you seen any gameplay?
Yeah, there's a bit of trailer at E3 or something.
E3 Live.
Yeah, and they had a demo where you could play the first game in VR. You could repair one of the animatronics, and you're in a vent system and have to do all these puzzles while having an animatronic crawling through the vents. Yikes. And you have to flash your light at them to go away.
Claustrophobia and a half.
Yeah, it's claustrophobic. If you have claustrophobia, do not play this game.
Have you besides the little ones the VR sets that you use with your phone, have you been able to use any VR headsets with your friends?
I've only gotten the what's it called? It's not Google Cardboard. It's
like a Utopia 360.
Yeah, Utopia. Yeah, it's a headset for your phone.
It's actually a brilliant idea.
It's
for the
alright,
kids who
but
don't really want to spend
compared to PC
$500.
VR, it's no contest.
How about you, Jamie? Did you ever do any VR?
No, and you know when I will.
I put the suit away.
Duly noted, sir.
The kids are down here. I put the suit away.
Oh God, why?
Inside joke. So moving on.
Sonic. I want to talk about Sonic.
God.
Yes, we did talk about Sonic. I mentioned. Hold on. Let's Let's pace ourselves here. So Sonic the Hedgehog. I did mention in our last podcast that the trailer was a little cringy. Thoughts, gentlemen, now that we're on this.
Since I'm the OG Sonic fan in this house, I gotta have my words
Man, I
first.
remember getting that first Sonic.
Listen up. Everyone, listen carefully. I am all up for making a movie based on a game that hadn't came out in a while. Like, people were anticipating, live action. Like, Pokemon was great. I will not watch a movie if they completely butcher a character's design. Like, I think the only thing that's going to save this movie at this point is Jim Carrey as Eggman.
Oh God, no!
Knuckles.
No, if any character like Knuckles or freaking Tails comes in, I'm gonna.
Why do I disagree?
I'm not even gonna watch a trailer.
Like, Jim Carrey should not be Eggman. He's a skinny dude.
I don't even see how you make a game out of that.
If you have ever played a real Sonic game, you'll know Eggman
is a fat dude.
Fat.
An egg. He looks like an egg.
If anything, we should have
bald.
Danny DeVito playing Eggman.
That game had no story to it. Like, if you remember back, you're collecting coins, and then you get him at the end of and you get rings, and you get them at the end of every board.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's like, and then Knuckles and Tails comes in, in 2 and 3 or whatever.
I think I get where they're going. It's like there has not. I defy somebody to name a game that has been converted into a movie that has really been successful.
Mortal Kombat?
Mario.
It was a total joke.
Mario movie?
No.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was a TV show,
so
too.
So much better than Detective Pikachu.
You remember that?
With Lou Albano?
Mario,
that dude was terrible.
So much better than Detective Pikachu. So good. Huh?
No, I'm just saying we're cross-talking on one another. So we just gotta be mindful of the listeners.
No, I will say at least it makes the Mario movie look even worse.
Well, that's a pretty low bar. So that's saying something. So not looking forward based on the trailer you've seen so far. They are
saying that they're going to remake Sonic's design. If they make him look good enough to say, oh, hey, this is just him, but a little better looking in real life, then I might consider it. Plus, Jim Carrey, and Jim Carrey's hilarious.
So that's a great point.
And plus, at the end of the trailer, they did show him as an actual Eggman, like his head was bald and stuff, and he put on the goggles. So
and then big mustache.
That one was better. Yeah. So if they just change Sonic, they don't need to change Eggman. They just need to change Sonic, and I will be happy. I will be happy.
So if you think
right
about,
now, he looks like a man in a hedgehog costume.
So if you think about if going back to the Pokemon movie, the way they captured these cartoonish characters in these real life scenarios,
super good.
They were true to the characters. So
Pikachu was all cute and fluffy. And
but
stuff.
What you're saying, Jack, is like, do that.
Yeah, just do that. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
make his eyes connected, how they are and stuff. And
who's the shoe sponsor?
Don't make him look like
he has the big red shoes. He knows.
Don't make him look like he's a man in a
chomping
chicken costume.
Yeah, okay.
I'll slap some Yeezys on him.
Yeah, the shoes too. They look like actual. Like his shoes in the games are shiny, but they look like sneakers on him.
Yeah,
they have laces and stuff. So bad.
So not looking forward to it so far.
If they don't fix something soon, I'm probably not going to watch it. I'll save it for like Rent or something. Just make fun of it.
Yeah. Did you have any desire to see this movie, Noah? Save your dear old dad $12.
Honestly, I'm going to save you more than that.
Some $Sawbucks.
I honestly, and especially being in the adult category now, I will save you $12.
Yeah.
Because I am not lying right now. That movie, you can be the biggest Sonic fan ever. And at one point, I kind of was. And I literally, I didn't even understand. Like, I was like, you just put in a character
so dear to so many people
in a game was what
awesome.
Let's say probably a couple feet tall, and in this one he's taller than Joel Embiid. Like, why is he so tall, and why are his eyes on the side of his face?
Yeah, why aren't they connected? Kind of connected in the game. They look kind of like
and why
goggles.
is Eggman
Jim
built
Carrey?
Why is Jim Carrey?
Why is he
skinny?
They should have just made a good CG version of the movie.
I would have been happy if it was totally animated, not live action. I would have been happy with that.
It's like they brought in rookies who were just like, "Hey, can you throw something together with us for us?"
Been listening to the show.
That's like some snook. That's some snook tricks.
It's not like they're like
lame grab, dude. Lame grab.
It's not like they're like, okay, let's change it up and do this. It's more like, hey, why didn't we do this? It's so easy. Just copy everything you see from the games into real life. Don't make any modifications, just like Pikachu.
Yeah, you can take some liberties, but I'm with Jack on that. You can take some liberties, like Marvel does. Take some liberties because it's not completely true to the comic or game, but
but don't ruin it.
Yeah, don't butcher it.
No.
Yeah, I mean that's what Kevin Feige said about the Marvel characters. Because if you think about,
don't Rian Johnson it.
Yeah,
no.
But if you think about it, like Kevin Feige was like, the people love them the way they are in the comic.
Exactly.
Let's just do that.
Yeah, because it worked in there.
So was there? We're definitely this podcast is leaning towards a video game podcast.
Yep.
Are there any properties out there that you love or loved that turned into a movie? Meaning you loved the version of that in the movies or ones that are existing that haven't been made into a movie that you would love to see as a movie?
What?
I don't think this meant good.
So, has there been any video game properties that have been turned into a movie that you loved how they turned out in the movie? Are there any properties that are existing in the video game sphere that you would love to see as a movie?
All the video games I've played are kind of like Fortnite as a movie,
Fortnite
dude.
Movies.
That would not work out.
That's Hunger Games.
It's exactly. Hunger Games. Fortnite wasn't even out when Hunger Games was a thing, and I find it killer. I found Hunger Games was an awesome movie. Mm-hmm. Mockingjay, Catching Fire.
Yeah. It was best.
Everything.
Jennifer Lawrence is hot too.
Dude, she's killer.
Get out of my X-Men.
Yeah, dude. She's hot though.
I feel like it's just something that's super tucked in that corner as far as a battle royale goes, and it's like just a Fortnite movie. It doesn't seem to connect or doesn't.
So you're saying Fortnite,
I'm not
so
putting
much.
two together as far as a Fortnite and a movie.
Not so much.
Well,
Okay. How about you, Jack?
Well,
FNAF seems ripe for a movie.
Yes, there has been. The creator Scott Cawthon did a Steam post where he did info on the percentages of how his games and all this stuff were going. He had a AAA game was at 0%, the VR game was at 40%, and all that stuff.
So he's collecting data.
The movie,
it
will happen. I think it was at either 20 or somewhere between 20 and 40%. So it's happening. If that movie does
explain
good,
to me the percentages. What do you mean?
So how finished is this game?
So they're doing it.
They are doing it.
Oh,
I want to watch that movie.
They really did this thing where they showed a bunch of staticky images for the VR game, but then they showed this one that was they were all the VR games were widescreen, but then this one was taken on a phone and it was all fogged up. But when you looked at it, at first me and my buddy Aiden thought it was a character from the game. It's just this weird character.
They're
from the
teasing
game.
it, man, with the hardcore fans.
Then we were like, wait, this looks like it was taken in real life on a phone, and we found out that it was one of the animatronics skeletons for the movie.
That's pretty cool.
That's marketing, man.
That blew my mind. If the creator,
that's not by accident.
The creator said if he Scott Cawthon, he said if the first one does good, then at least 2 more are on the way.
Wow.
There's a movie that I want to see, and it's that Titans movie.
Oh, Godzilla.
And I think that's killer. That's awesome. And I love those movies where are all bundled up in a movie theater, and then you're looking through a screen and you're seeing a bunch of big monsters.
Oh, you're talking about Godzilla King of Monsters.
Dude,
Yeah.
I hope
Oh
King
my
Kong's
God,
in it.
yeah.
I'm out on that.
You out on that?
I'm out.
Dude, they're spending all the money on
I
that
know,
one,
but
too.
I seen all of them
seems
before. It's
so
dude, it's I'm out. And then it looked really like some of the
King Ghidorah. That was sick.
the banter in between the battles. That was pretty bad.
It's going to be an Independence Day.
Oh yeah, dude, it's a popcorn movie, but it's
I say they come out with another Purge.
You've seen The Purge? Are you out of your mind?
Parenting.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, we've seen Deadpool.
I
Deadpool's
say they
different
come
than
out with
that
another
movie.
Purge.
Speaking of parenting,
Yeah, those parental controls don't work for shit.
what about God, dude?
Oh,
We gotta do a quick comb over.
Yes,
dude,
let's
because
cover
last
God.
night.
So, boys,
Oh, my
I want to thank you guys. It is getting towards that time. Me and Jamie are going to cover Game of Thrones. I do want to thank you guys for joining the show.
God.
You brought it all.
problem.
Second time.
Woo. No, third time.
Is it third time?
It's second.
Once.
I think it's third.
We did once where we sat together, twice when it was just all three of us, and then this is our third time.
Okay, third time. Fifth time, you guys get a golden cape.
Fourth, you mean?
No, the fifth time.
Oh, fifth. Okay.
2 more times.
We got it.
But thank you guys for bringing it. You guys are definitely our voices on the street when it comes to video games and what's current. What our us old cadre dads don't know about
lingo.
What's going on.
Yeah.
So thanks again,
What's
boys.
extra?
Say goodbye to everybody.
Hey, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Just saying to close out as far as me and Jack's part. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty awesome show, and I think Nick, John, and Jamie.
Nick, John, Jamie, Jack, and Noah.
This was something that was just like let's have fun and let's make something good of it.
That's what it's like.
We gotta do a
and
kids podcast one day.
I respect that,
We have to.
and I feel like it's really something that you guys should pursue and really.
We're having
make
fun doing it,
of.
buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
All right,
problem.
see you guys.
Have a great
Bye.
night.
Peace.
See
I'll see you in a
everybody.
bit. Game of Thrones, Jamie.
I saw it twice.
Did you really?
I saw it twice. People are complaining about it. I see
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
saw the
complaints
nits.
about it, but like it's what you would think. I mean, the only disappointment I would say with spoiler is like the whole Sansa thing or
Daenerys.
Cersei. No, because even in the beginning, they were leading to the fact that she was going to freak out, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, they were leading to the fact you just didn't know if it was going to happen or she break through. Because honestly, I didn't know if it was going to happen. But when she freaked out, you're like, makes sense because the Mad King, she's not nombre uno. She's feeling betrayal. She thinks everybody's out to get her because even when he came in the beginning and was like, "Who's betraying me, Jon Snow?" No, he's not. You know what I mean? And she's got her gun. She's got her hand on the gun, man.
Yep.
She's ready to go,
Dude, I was like, I'm stoked. It's still my favorite show ever on television, and they're continuing to deliver. And we touched on this before. I think that they're a little Hollywood right now.
I knew you were going to say that because you said that in the beginning. I don't think this part of the story was developed long enough. And I think for the time that he had to throw this out there,
Yep.
it's not bad.
No.
It feeds into everything that he was going through. I wish they developed, I think the White Walker thing, I liked the ending of it. I didn't like obviously how dark it was. I'm not going to bitch about that again. But I don't like how that story played out. I think there should have been more to that. Mm-hmm. I do like how this one played out. It made sense. I don't like how Cersei died but it makes sense because the prediction is, I forget what it was, but her brother will kill her. But essentially, I guess he did because he brought her down to that thing and the thing collapsed. I mean, I guess you can go that way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a loose one, though.
It's a loose one. It's loose, but
That's what I'm talking about, though.
that was loose. What else was loose, though? I mean, dude, think about it. Them shooting those things, the only reason he killed that dragon before with that thing is because she didn't know it was coming. Now she knows it's coming. You can't aim those things real fast. It just made sense that she laid waste to all those ships, and everything else. And it made sense because, tactically, she was after she laid waste to the ships, she flew low and then went high.
Yeah.
They're not gonna.
They're screwed.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, and it was but that's the part that I'm talking about. Yes, she's distraught. The one dragon got pelted with those giant bolts, and
only because they didn't know.
They didn't know.
They turned a corner and they were there.
Think about this.
Okay.
All she had to do was fly behind them. They had their mast up, full sail.
Yeah, but I don't think in that episode she was caught by surprise.
Definitely.
No idea that they would even have that kind of weaponry.
True.
And I think that's why it went the way it did.
But I think the disparity between the destructive power and even getting caught by surprise was real extreme. I mean, it wasn't even a contest. It wasn't even close. Like the way that she took that dragon, you saw the full might of that dragon just take apart that city.
Yeah, because she was pissed. She was angry. Like the final straw was like Jon Snow not like piping her real quick. That was like the final straw. Like they killed.
I don't think that was the final straw.
Well, dude, but
I think her best friend getting her head cut off was
her best friend getting her head cut off. But like the fact that like she was only be loved because she was the queen, and that's why she's like, fear it is. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't gonna. He didn't want to screw his auntie.
No,
I don't think.
Dude, did you see that meme?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
but that was
tell him, John.
That was
tell him.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back, dude. She hopped on that dragon and she had no remorse. And then she was like, you could see, and that's why I like this part. Is she was sitting on the dragon on that tower, and she was thinking about it. And when she heard the bells ring, she thought about it for a little bit. She's like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
I'm going for it.
Yeah. I don't think it's horrible.
Waste.
Oh, yeah. Just decimated everything.
The mountain fight was pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was done well. The Arya thing kind of made sense.
The Arya thing was awesome.
Yeah, even the horse at the end. I thought that was cool, man. It had like I forget what you call that in a story. It had
gravitas?
No, it's called something like when
symbolism
of some sort. I don't know what it means yet. It means something, I'm sure.
Well, the little girl dropped her horse, or had her horse in her hand, like a toy horse in her hand, and I think she wasn't able to save that little girl. But I don't know. I think it might have been something like, all right, well, she's dead. You got to live. Type of thing. It's a stretch. I thought about it totally different. I just thought like they were both survivors. Yeah.
And that she's going to be the one that takes out Daenerys. Like that's why she's still alive. I think she's the one, because I think Jon does love her, and I don't think he can kill her.
Yeah.
I don't think he will kill her.
No.
But I think Arya will kill her.
Well, he's crazy loyal, right?
Because she saw, and I think she was the one that had to witness all that destruction.
To know that she's really mad.
Even though he's sickened by it, he still won't do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It was a good episode. I do think they're rushing through this season, of course.
Yeah, I think they needed more content. I don't think they paid that White Walker thing. It needed to be another episode.
Easily. Yeah. Easily needed to be another episode. I think this episode was good, and there was a lot of just this scene, the spectacle of it all was really like, wow, you know. But going back to
and it was lit. It was lit.
Yeah, it was lit.
I didn't have to change my TV settings or whatever.
Oh, it was bright. You mean?
Yeah, it was.
But Euron comes out of the water at the exact moment when...
That was cool. I thought that was cool.
It just seemed Hollywood. It just seemed very sloppy writing and very truncated.
Yeah, listen, I'm with you. And that's why I'm saying I think the route that they're going with the time that they had, because they had to rush this story. Yeah. Like the other story was developed over a long period of time. It was like fresh in his mind. This one he probably had to come up with whip up real quick.
Yeah. Well, the showrunners wrote the show.
Yeah, and exactly. So they came up with something in the time that they had. It's not too bad. You know what I mean? It kind of makes sense. Like, it kind of made sense that Jamie fought that dude. You know, because I fucking hated that other dude. He was fucking annoying. And I was like, when you thought he killed Jamie, you're like, motherfucker. Like,
But the thing is like, it's all very convenient, right? It's like, yes, here I am, you know, talking about the sophistication of the story when I just geeked out over the fact that a Captain America picked up Thor's hammer and it made me happy as. Yeah. But in that, just to defend that position, it's like in that genre, the superhero genre, you pay for all that fan service and borderline corniness. and just the grandeur of it all. And in this one, they fooled us throughout the whole 7.5, 8 seasons.
Yeah, because they're rolling through. Like, it was slow. I know exactly what you're saying.
You know?
It was like a slow roll, and then it comes to the last, like, 2 seasons, we'll say, even though it's actually one chopped in 2.
Yeah.
And it just speeds real fast.
Yeah.
And I totally am with you. Like, I am with you in the fact that I would have waited another year or 2 for them
Easily.
to develop, like stretch it out and develop it a little bit better. I'm totally with you on that.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Is that where you're going to?
That's exactly where I'm going. And it was one of those things that's like, all right, well, who should, it's like you could see people in a conference room going, all right, well, Jamie's got to meet up with Euron because everybody hates Euron. He's a dick. You know, and Marcus called this out last week too, when Marcus said about I think it's Little Bear, the Lyanna, the Mormon, the little girl that went toe to toe with the giant, the undead giant. It was probably last episode, maybe 2 episodes.
Episodes ago.
Yeah, 2 episodes ago. And he said, yeah, I could tell that everybody liked her and they were talking about her character. So that's Hollywood going, let's do more of that, you know? Yeah. And it's not so much like think about all the shocking, the show was made off of like not being able to get your footing on who they were going to kill and how they were going to do it.
Yeah, and I thought like the buyback of that was Arya killing. Because you did not think that was going to happen.
No, that's a good one. Yeah.
So that was like the other stuff. I'd have to agree with you. Thinking back, I'd have to agree with you. Now we're going to the final episode.
Yep.
So now, is the juice worth the squeeze?
They got to go big, man, and give us something to chew on. Don't do me dirty like Sopranos.
Oh, yeah. Don't go to a black screen and then say you're going to have a movie. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That was a total spit in the face, dude.
I'll tell you what.
Which, like I said before, after they killed Big Pussy, that show went downhill. Yeah. Fact.
I just like hearing you say kill Big Pussy. But it's looking like Sansa on that throne. I mean, she was my go-to in the beginning, but then I flip-flop a couple times when I was thinking Jon, but then I was like, and the reason I was thinking maybe Jon is because if they're going to go as predictable as they've been going, then it's Jon. But if they're going to twist it a little at the end, then it's Sansa, because she's truly learned how to play the game.
She learned how to play the game, and I didn't. We'd have to ask Nick, but I remember a couple like episodes where she was living in King's Landing, and I remember somebody saying something to her along the lines of "You'll come back" or do something like, you know what I mean. So that's a strong possibility.
I mean, think about it. She's the one that put into play. She outed Jon. She outed Jon Snow. That she was the instrument that started the whole thing with Varys and with Tyrion.
Yeah, and she technically really doesn't like Jon Snow.
No, she loves him as a brother, but doesn't.
I don't even think she They had a testy relationship throughout. Like, I mean, she was happy to see him because, like, after all she went through. But like growing up, she was one of the ones that.
Yeah, you're a bastard type of thing.
Yeah,
yeah. But I think they reconciled that piece. But I think what it is that she's hardened. She's become like Cersei, but not like, as maniacal.
And like Jon Snow, it's like that dude. Like he should be king. You know what I mean? So I'd feel a lot of disappointment if he wasn't king. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think like, a lot of people would.
Like, I would much rather Daenerys be queen than Sansa. I feel as if, or I'd take Arya too, but given her like the way her personality is, she wouldn't even want it. But
well, she can't because it's harder for a woman to be ruler,
agreed.
Right?
I'm just saying in general. Like if I saw Sansa take it, I'd be like, I'm not into that. I don't know. It'd be like a disappointment. Like I'd rather like if you were to pick, because I'm guessing Daenerys will die. Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah. I mean, it could go the other way. It could surprise you. But if she dies, I'd like to see like like Jon Snow or Arya.
Yeah, Arya's not going to take it because she's subscribed to the faceless man type of life. I think John's the obvious choice, but I think they're going to twist it at the end.
Or it could be somebody totally you don't know. It could be like that Baratheon kid.
Oh, interesting. Gendry, yeah.
Yeah, it could be him, or it could be, it could be like, I don't know.
Yeah. The thing is like, okay, nobody's going to take out that dragon. Except maybe if Bran does the warg thing.
Yeah, because think about it. What was the point of him up until this point?
Yeah. Like, and I'm gonna call. I might even splice that back into the episode. If I called that right, man, I'm gonna gloat and be
you might be right,
indignant about it.
And then what's gonna happen to Tyrion? Because like he's gonna be on the outs.
Tyrion may stay on as the hand.
He's gonna get killed because he let Jamie go, and he was.
Yeah, but nobody knows that.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Who knows?
Yeah, they do. The soldiers that let him. That was the other thing too. She was laying waste to that city with her soldiers in there.
Yeah. See, they went hard on the crazy. They're like, all right, well, she's the Mad King's daughter. He wanted to burn everything down. Or Tyrion could be the one that kills her. I think Tyrion's going to kill her. Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. A lot of speculation. I think Tyrion's going to kill her. My prediction, Tyrion kills her. Sansa's on the throne. Jon goes and rules the north. That's my prediction.
I think Sansa's
and the Starks win.
The north.
Sansa's going to rule the north.
I think she'll rule the north.
But he's got snow in his veins. He's got to go back to Ghost, too.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Ghost.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I was hoping there was more dragons, too, by the way.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And, that was cool how they brought back, what's that green shit called? Dragon's Fire? Or whatever,
oh, yeah,
whatever that shit's called. That was cool because she did say in an earlier episode, I do remember that she had enough to blow up that whole city.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't forget that continuity thing.
Cool.
Yeah, there was a ton of, when Arya's, like that imagery, when Arya's coming out after just escaping that blast from the fire, I mean, she's a badass, dude.
Yeah, and now is the mountain dead?
Yeah.
Think so? And everybody keeps saying, is Sansa dead? And she has to be, right?
Oh, Cersei.
Cersei, I'm sorry. I would keep doing that.
Yeah, she's dead.
Cersei, yeah. Right?
Yeah. I think Lena Headey already said something about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yes. Last episode of Game of Thrones coming up next week. Everybody's got a prediction, but we're not going to be able to tell until the shit actually hits the fan.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So, anything else, Sir Jamie?
No. Sir Jamie. Yeah,
Sir
I like
Jamie.
that. I like that. I still got both hands.
That's right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this week's episode of the Nick, Jon, and Jamie
And I did
Show.
not sleep with my sister.
Well, that's good. Even though I used to.
I'm not a Lannister.
Who was it? Somebody said something about you and your lovely wife could be brothers and sisters by just your looks.
No, because they say because her one brother.
Oh no, Jamie. Right. That's right. Bree's brother looks
that's
like
some Freudian shit right there. Hey, and that's not on me, man. That's some leather couch shit right there.
You know what? I said that to a couple of ours just to fuck around. I was like, hey, you guys could be brother and sister.
Yeah. Pull up a chair. Let's talk.
The looks on their faces. Priceless. Anyway, again, thank you everybody for joining us for this week's episode of Nick, Jon, and Jamie Show. Please be sure to subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and Google Play and Stitchers. If you're listening now, just tiptoe over and hit that subscribe button. We love our subscribers. You can also follow us on all the social medias, at least the popular ones. On Twitter, we're at NJJ Show. On Instagram, we're at NJJ Show. And if you're on the old school Facebooks, we post from time to time. Now that Instagram and Facebook are just about one, every time we post to Instagram, we're probably going to show up on the Facebooks too. So keep an eye out. It's all at NJJ Show. And thank you, everybody, and have an awesome week.